going to be showing you how to make biscuits and gravy bake. So my ingredients are 3/4 cup of the Velveeta Shredds, 1 of those cans of the 7.5 ounces of buttermilk biscuits, 1.5 cups of egg beaters, 1 package of that Pioneer brand country gravy mix, 1 package of those Jimmy Dean crumbles, turkey crumbles, and some cooking spray. So you can see first I am spraying down my Pyrex dish with spray, and then I'm going to be taking my biscuits and simply breaking them apart in small pieces, and I'm placing those evenly in my Pyrex until I've used all 7.5 ounces of that small package of the buttermilk biscuits. After I have all of my biscuits placed, then it's time to make my gravy. So I'm simply going to follow the directions on a gravy mix package. On this one, you take 1.5 cups of water and you bring it to boil. And then in a separate container, you take the dry mix and then you mix it with 1/2 cup of the cold water. And then as soon as your water comes up to boil, you pour in the combined cold mixture. You bring it up to a boil, whisking it together just until it starts to thicken up. And in fact, I try not to make it too thick because then it's harder to pour in my next step. And so as soon as I get this up to a kind of a little thick gravy, then I put it back in my mixing bowl, you can see, so that it's going to be easier to pour for my next step of the casserole. The next step is to go back to my Pyrex, and now I'm going to take 1.5 cups of my egg beaters, and I'm simply going to pour that 1.5 cups of egg beaters all over those biscuits. After I do that, I'm going to take my sausage crumbles. Now, my sausage crumbles that I use are already cooked. I keep them in my freezer. So I've taken out a whole package of the Jimmy Dean sausage crumbles. I've actually put those in my microwave for about 45 seconds just to take so that they're not frozen anymore. And then so that that's why you see them on a plate here. And now I'm going to take those unthawed, they're already cooked, sausage crumbles and place them in this mixture after I put my gravy on. So that's the gravy that I made in that previous step. I'm simply drizzling it over, and you can see it's pretty thick in this shot, so I had to smooth it out a little bit more. Usually I do that a little bit better, but I was trying to mess with the video camera, and so I didn't get it so great today. But typically I make it a little thinner, and then I just drizzle it over and get it on each spot evenly. And now I'm going to take my sausage crumbles. I'm going to sprinkle those off on the mixture, and then you're going to see me kind of pat them down a little bit just so that they're in the gravy itself. And then the cheese is going to wait until I've cooked this. Now I have my oven preheating right now at 350 degrees, and so now the mixture is ready to go into the oven for 20 minutes. So I'm going to place it without the cheese in the oven for 20 minutes. 20 minutes have now passed, so I'm now going to take it out of the oven and top it with 3/4 cup of my Velveeta Shredds, and then I will place it back in the oven for 10 minutes. Take her out and she'll be finished. Cut into 6 serving sizes, and then it comes out to 8 points if you're following the green plan on Weight Watchers.